around the corner. I can't come around the corner. All right, it's your boy Obsy here in the car again, headed into the work site. I don't know if that's kind of straight or not. Maybe it's got a little tilt to it, but anyway, day is 177, and it's a recap on the One Thing podcast yesterday. Now, today I'm gonna be listening to the One Thing all day, but I'll recap the podcast to kind of get this thing started. They had Kaylin Les on there yesterday, and she was interviewing a guy. What was his last name? Last name was familiar. Anyway, he wrote a book, and the book was on millennials or something like that, and then he ended up starting him a business talking about millennials and how to work with them in the workplace, and some interesting things that he kind of popped up. If you guys haven't listened to the episode, some interesting things popped up that I thought was good. The key point was it was all about communication, right? And I think that's the key anywhere. That I know the golden rule say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But I heard of somebody tweet that say, do unto others as they would have them do unto them. See, not treating people the way I necessarily want to be treated, because some people like to be treated roughly, you know. They expect people to treat them rough, so they think everybody else want to be treated rough as well too. But key thing is to treat them the way they want to be treated. That means we gotta listen. I mean, we gotta understand that, you know, everybody don't think the same or communicate the same. Just like speaking in Chinese or Japanese or something like that, you know, just because they don't speak English, you know, don't mean that it's their fault. And that's what he was saying about the millennials. The millennials don't speak the same language as the baby boomers or whatever, so they think it's their fault. So man, dismiss that. So yeah, I'm still in, right? So that's what he was talking about. You know, look at how you like to be communicated. He said a lot of times people communicate based on the time they was, you know, born, and it's not just an age, is what he said. He said demographics play a key role in how they behave. You know, a 15-year-old here is not going to perform the same as a 15-year-old in China or Africa or something like that, because it's still got to come down. But he's saying people that stay in a localized area, you know, like the South or Alabama or Texas, the West or up north. You see what I'm saying? Even though we grew up with certain technology, we think that's the only way to communicate is either through email. But the new kids, man, they think they communicate, you know, via text message. Where we communicated by, you know, getting in the meeting and taking notes. He said that they would try to get everything by listening harder. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically what it was talking about. And that's a key component in doing your one thing, because the one thing will involve delegating to others. And if I'm going to be delegating to somebody else, I definitely need to know how to talk to them, how they communicate, how they want to see things. Because I find myself sometimes, that's what it is. Yeah, because when I'm talking to my kids, right, they doing something else. And I'm thinking, if somebody talking to you, man, you're supposed to be looking at them. You know, you're supposed to be giving them your undivided attention, but no, they on something else. I said, did you hear that? Yeah. They don't acknowledge that they heard the stuff, you know, so it's like you're talking to yourself. So that's one thing. I guess that's the, you know, kind of like the speaker in me, the niceness in me, that if somebody's talking, I know when I've talked in front of people, I wanted that feedback, you know, positive feedback, reinforcement to keep going, so that when I'm in the audience and somebody's talking, I give that feedback. You know, I let them know, hey, look, I'm listening, my man. I know that somebody may not got that point over here, man. Y'all always gonna have some eye contact over here. I got you. You know, I'm that guy in the crowd. At least you talking to somebody that's responding back to you. But that's how I am when I'm talking to my kids, right? I be telling them stuff to do, man. And even my wife. You know, even my wife, and we grew up the same place around the same time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she said, I guess since I'm so used to talking to the kids more than I am talking to her, I saw how maybe talking to her like she is a kid. Interesting. But that's what I've been taught, right? You know, acknowledge that the person did, in fact, hear you. Because sometimes she'll come up and, like, she teaches me just the opposite. You know, because, you know, women kind of don't want everything solved. Men is trying to solve everything. So I've been trying to tune my solving off, tune it down, that when she says something, which I'm just trying to make conversation, she really just talking to herself and don't want to make conversation. And I'm interrupting her personal dialogue, her personal conversation. So I think, well, tomorrow going to be another challenge, you know, because we'll be off tomorrow. But the other thing was, I started to not say anything, right? She's like, hey, did you hear what I said? I said, what is it? She said, you wasn't even listening. I said, well, I've been working on this, that when I hear you talking, that I'm not supposed to ask you what you said until you ask me, did I hear what you said? She said, no, you can't do that. You got to be listening all the time. See, and it's a part of me, right? A part of me is like, it's still that, it's almost that fear of rejection, but it's not a fear of it. It's just, I don't want to feel the rejection, right? Not that I'm fearing the rejection. I don't want to feel the rejection. You know? And it's like, you know, ask me anyway, because I want the opportunity to tell you no. You see what I'm saying? So what I do is just wait for the instructions. You know, just wait for the instructions. You know what I'm saying? It's always the key thing. I'm gonna get over here anyway. It got wide open. Wait for the key instructions. Hold on, this guy trying to get over in front of me, man. What you trying to do, bro? Better slow that car down. See, we trying to do, we driving like maniacs. So we made it all the way to this last light down here. But anyway, it's like one of these things like right now today, right? I'm supposed to call her in the mornings, right? At work. But when I call at work, she said, oh, hold on, call me back. It's like I'm interrupting, right? So I said, hey, the easiest thing to do, you know where I'm going to be. Why don't you just call me when you get free? No, you got to call me. Check up on me. Call back again, check again. Call back again, check again. See what I'm saying? You know what? Let's do it, right? That could be a couple of good, easy no's I can go ahead and get out of the way. That's right. Can you talk? No. Couple of good, easy no's. All right. Man, we solving some stuff today, right? We solving some stuff. Me and you, we solving some stuff, just talking this thing out. I got to go for no anyway, so just go ahead and get a couple of no's under my belt right off the bat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. We're still going to go for no's today, but we're going to be focusing on the one thing I am going to write on my 411 today. Since it's one thing, I'm going to be more focused on Tuesdays for one thing type stuff. You see what I'm saying? I think that place is out here. All right, this your boy MZ. One thing out.